Time now for the Peter Chill 5 o'clock news, and it's Thursday evening, September 3rd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Now your 5 o'clock news at 9 here. Top story at 5 o'clock here on this Thursday evening here is in Ashland, Kentucky. 5 or 6 deputies in the office of a Kentucky county clerk found in contempt of court and held Thursday for refusal to issue a marriage license after the Supreme Court decision allowing gays to wed, said that they will process. Eileen Curdy was already dead when the shutter clicked. The 3-year-old began his Wednesday dressed in a red shirt, blue shorts, and shoes, set for his family's short but dangerous sea journey from Turkey to Greece. Authorities said they have obtained what they believe to be the significant video of the fatal shooting of Lieutenant Charles Joseph Gilchrist in the Chicago suburb of Fox Lake, Illinois. Washington. Hillary Clinton says her use of a private email server didn't break the law, but she could be damaged by a former State Department employee's refusal to testify before Congress about it. State prosecutors will be seeking the death penalty against the alleged South Carolina church shooter, they announced today. In a court file released today, state prosecutors indicated that they will be seeking the death penalty when Dylan Booth, 21. In a major setback for the NFL, where New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady prevailed on Thursday that his battle to have his 4-game suspension overturned as a federal judge reversed a rule by Commissioner Patrick Goodell, the bench one of the NFL's greatest stars. Brussels, as a spiraling refugee crisis challenged the European Union like little before, a fundamental debate broke into the open Thursday, wherever Europe's Christian roots are threatened by an influx of asylum seekers. London, Guatemalan President Otto Perez has resigned. Local newspaper El Periodico quoted his spokesman as saying on Thursday, French gendarmes and police carry a large piece of plane debris which was found on the 3 French gendarmes, and police carry a large piece of plane debris which was found on the beach in Saint Andrew on the French Indian Ocean on La Réunion. Donald Trump is an absolute PR wizard. He proved it again on Thursday with a carefully orchestrated news conference from Trump Tower. Of course, the witchy and Nazi had decided not to run as independently comes up short in his bid for Republican presidential nomination in 2016. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, or FWC, said Thursday it approved the controlled hunting up to 320 black bears in October, marking the first time in more than 2 decades that the animals would be hunted. Mills, Massachusetts. Police in Massachusetts say an officer fabricated a claim that a gunman fired at his cruiser before they crashed into a tree and caught on fire. Raleigh, North Carolina. A group of U.S. Marines was punctured out during a hovering helicopter by sliding down rope when the aircraft had to land harder and faster than a normal North Carolina, killing 1 Marine and injuring 11 others on Wednesday. In New York, the euro fell 1% on Thursday at the doctored Eurozone Outlook Wall. U.S. stocks paired sharp early gains and barely higher as investors grew cautious ahead of Friday's August jobs report. Washington, even millennials, generally described as being 18 to 34, don't think much of the generation, as the Pew studies released Thursday shows 59% of millennials in the U.S. Once the world's largest and most influential bond fund, PIMCO continues to fall from that stature. Its star had dramatically dipped after its founder, the bond king Bill Gross, left PIMCO almost a year ago. Real wages have declined in the U.S. since 2009. Recession and the lowest paid workers are experiencing a steepest decline according to the study by the National Employment Law Project. How many trees are there on Earth is an ultimate estimation game, but a group of Yale researchers believe they have arrived at the most precise answer yet. If you've been following out climate change, gray swarm, cyclones, hurricane model expected in Indian Express. Hurricane Anna was covering the path of south of Hawaii early Saturday, producing 9 waves and strong winds. The Great Barrier Reef is under attack from hungry hordes of crown of thorns starfish, but Australia's Truvada has been called both a medicine and end the HIV epidemic and a party drug, as critics would an HIV prevention pill would encourage. A growing number of young children are being diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and increasingly parents are on the front lines and may find early symptoms, according to a new study. Washington, the Pentagon is set to announce later on Thursday that it will be halt operations at 9 labs that handle viruses and bacteria such as anthrax. US Today reported it. Thursday, high school athletes may be getting the message that cigarettes are bad for health, but the same can't be said for smokeless tobacco, new government report shows. And now look at the stock market report here at 5:04. The Dow up 23.38 points to close at 16,374.76. The Dow. The S&P 500 up 2.27 points to close at 1951.13, and Nasdaq 4,733.50 down 16.48 points. European markets DAX 10,317.84 up 269.79 up 110.79 points on the FTSE up to close at 6194.10. CAC 4046.53.79 up 98.87 points. Asia markets Nikkei 18.82.39 up 86.99 points. Shanghai 3155.04 down 11.58 points. HSI 2934.94 down 250.49 points. Oil 46.72 up 47 cents. Brent 50.63 up 13 cents, and natural gas 2.712 up 64,000 points. Gold 1124.60 down 9. Silver 14.675 up 8,000 points, and copper 2.3755 up 46,000 points. And bonds US 10 year 2.1631 down 3,000 points. German 10 year 0.732% up 1,000 points. And Japanese 10 year 0.395% down 8,000 points. And FX bonds here. European US dollar 1.1122 up 1,000 points. US dollar Japanese yen 120.07 up 1 cent. And Great Britain US dollar 1.5255 unchanged. Alright, look at that. Commodities here at 506. Wheat 464 3/4 down 14 and a quarter to close at 464.75 for wheat. Soybean 869 down 5. Corn 361 and a half down 6. Sugar 11.39 up 66 cents. Coffee 119.8 up $1.45. Cotton 62.33 up 24 cents. Red rice 12.055 up 10 cents, and cocoa 3,126 up 9. Live cattle 141.325 up 10 cents. Lean ox 69.575 down 20 cents, and FD cattle 197.10 up 80 cents. Peter Channel News Time 507. Time now for sports report here. Red Sox 7-0 off tomorrow. They're going to 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies at Fenway Park here. And the New England Patriots will wrap up the preseason with a game against the New York Giants at 7:30 p.m. at Gillette Stadium here. Overcome by the heat, Salk collapses at the U.S. Open. New Jersey officials charged 5 Rutgers University football players Thursday for alleged drills in an April assault on a student. The late PGA Grand Slam of golf, which brings together the winners of the season 4 majors, been scrapped this year due to venue complications, PGA America said on Thursday. And in Cleveland, the Cavaliers made their re-signing of guard J.R. Smith official, as Smith announced last month that he was returning for a second year with the Cavs, who recorded the last season along with Iman Shumpert and traded with the New York Knicks. And one game played this afternoon. Chicago White Sox over Minnesota Twins 6-4. Pure Channel News Time 508 on this Thursday evening here. And time now for a traffic report here. And I'm expecting Thursday to be busier than Friday before Labor Day here. So take a look at the maps here. Let's start off out in Rhode Island here, where 295 on the southbound side, so from Route 37 to Route 95, and work due to some accidents on 295 southbound around Route 95 will work. 295 on the northbound side, so from Route 37 in work all the way up to the situation on Route 14 here. Route 4 on the northbound side, so around Route 403 in East Greenwich. Route 4 on the southbound side, so from Route 102 to Route 2 in North Kingstown. Route 4 on the northbound side, so from 130 to Route 2 in North Kingstown here. Jamestown and Newport bridges are looking good here. 95 on the northbound side, so from TF Green Airport connector all the way out to before the Route 10 in Cranston Route and accident 95 on the southbound side here. 95 on the southbound side, so from Pawtucket all the way out to Route 10 in Cranston here. 146 on the southbound side, so from North Providence all the way to Route 95. 610 connector, so from Route 6, Route 95 in downtown Providence here. 195 westbound, so from Seacock all the way up to downtown Providence here. Doing an accident 95 on the northbound side here. In downtown Providence here. 95 on the southbound side, it is backed up from Route 128 in Kenton all the way out to Route 495 in Mansfield, and then hit brakes again before Route 295 in North Attleboro here. 295 on the eastbound side is slow on northbound side of 295 from Route 1 to Route 95 and in Attleboro, North Attleboro area here. 24 in Statman side, so around Route 495 in Raynham. 495 Statman, so from Route 24 in Raynham, Bridgewater, all the way up to Route 44 in Middlebury here. Annan and Cape Beer, Route 20 in the Statman side of Bourne Bridges, so 20 in the Northman side, so before the Bourne Rotary. Route 195 in both ends, slow around the Bradford Bridge and Fall River here. 24 in the Statman side for Route 128 in Canton, all the way up to Route 139 in Stourton here. 24 in the Statman side, so after Route 123 in Brockton here. Route 3 in the Statman side, so for the Breakthrough Split, all the way after before Route 18 in Weymouth here. Look at the Boston vicinity. Wow! Backed up here. 120 in the Statman side, so for Route 3 in Burlington, all the way out to the Braintree Split. 120 in the Northman side, so for the Braintree Split, all the way out to Route 95 in Canton here. And 120 in the Northman side, hit brakes again before Route 20 in Waltham, then hit the brakes again for Route 2 in Lexington, all the way out to Reading here. To Benilton on both ends, it's slow in downtown Boston. Southeast Expressway and the Statman side is backed up from the Massachusetts Turnpike all the way up to Braintree Split. Southeast Express on the northbound side, so around the Dorchester stretch here. Mass Pike on the eastbound side, so from Newton Corner, and then hit brakes again for the Austin Brown tolls, and then hit brakes again for the Prue Tunnel. To both ends of the Mass Pike, it's backed up from the Southeast Expressway to Logan Airport here, and then Mass Pike on the westbound side. Not very much better as it's slow from Prue Tunnel all the way after Newton, and hit brakes again from 120 in the west and all the way after 495 in Westbury and 495 on the southbound side, so for the Milford stretch. Expect this area of Route 1 to be busy around Gillette Stadium because the Patriots have a preseason game against the New York Giants here. 495 on the southbound side, so from Hudson all the way up to before Route 49 Massachusetts Turnpike in Westboro due to a couple of accidents between 290 and Marlboro and Mass Pike in Westboro on 495 on the southbound side here. Out of Worcester, 290 on the westbound side, also from Route 190 to Route 9 here. Up north, Route 3 in the northbound side, so from Route 128 in Burlington all the way up in Billwick and hit brakes again from Route 495 and all the way out to Route 40 in Chelmsford here. 495 on the southbound side, so from Route 3 Tewksbury all the way out to after Route 3 in Lowell here. 495 on the northbound side, so from Route 3 in Lowell all the way up to Haverhill here. 93 on the northbound side, and it's slow from Boston Zakin Bridge all the way up in Lawrence here. 93 in the southbound side, so from Somerville to the Zakin Bridge here. Route 1 in the northbound side, so from Chelsea up in the Route 120 in the Linfield here. It's stop and go from Chelsea to Linfield on Route 1 here. Callahan Tunnel in the northbound side, slow here. 95 on the northbound, southbound side, Lincoln from 120 in the New Hampshire border here. 120 in the southbound side, so from Denver's all the way up to the Peabody here. Up north here, to New Hampshire, Everett trip back in the northbound side, so from Merrimack stretch here. 93 in the northbound side, so for Route 89 in Concord all the way up to Route 393 in Concord, New Hampshire here. Spalding turn back in the northbound side, so from Portsmouth all the way up to Newington here. Main turn back in the northbound side, it is so from 295 in Portsmouth all the way up to Westbrook here. 295 in the northbound side, so from Route 95 in Portland, Maine, all the way up to the Freeport, Maine. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts here at 5:13 here. Civil line SL5 experiencing minor delays due to traffic on the Career Rail. Freeman West Line train 528, 4:40 p.m. for Worcester delayed today to heat restrictions here. 15:25 minutes. Freeman West Line train 526, 3:55 p.m. for Worcester delayed today to heat related speed restrictions. 15:25 minutes. Freeman West Line train 521, 2:55 p.m. for substation delayed today to heat related speed restrictions. 15:25 minutes. Freeman West Line train 524, 3 p.m. for Worcester delayed today to heat related speed restrictions. 15:25 minutes here. And Fairmont Woods Line delayed due to heat related speed restrictions. Expect 15 to 40 minute delays. And the ferries are looking good. Peter Chell News Time, 5:14 here on it. Thursday evening news time now for a weather report here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5:14 p.m. 86 degrees at temperature. First skies, humidity 51%. Wind speed variable about 5 miles on the barometer. 83 inches. Dew for about 66 degrees. Visibility 10 miles. Heat index 88 degrees here. Alright, let's take a look at current conditions about the region here. .79 degrees in Boston, 83 in Salem,
A1 in Gloucester, A5 in Bedford, A7 in Lawrence, 90 in Fitchburg, A5 in Worcester, 90 in Milford, A7 in Sturbridge, A6 in Norwood, A7 in Taunton, A3 in Redford, it's A1 in Plymouth, and then Falmouth, and in Chatham, 75 in Prospect, 76 in Martha's Vineyard, 80 in Nantucket, 79 in Blockland, A3 in Wesley, A6 in Providence, A8 in Smithfield, A2 in Montauk, it's A7 in New York City, A8 in New York City, A5 in Bridgeport, A1 in New Haven, Connecticut, it's 89 degrees in Denver, A8 in Waterbury, Connecticut, 91 degrees in Meriden, Connecticut, it's 89 in Hartford, Connecticut, it's 90 in Windsor Locks, it's 88 in Springfield, Massachusetts, and Athol, Massachusetts, 89 in Greenfield, Mass, 82 in North Adams, 84 in Pittsfield, 78 in Albany, New York, 76 in Glens Falls, New York, it's 81 in Rutland and Bennington, Vermont, 78 in Bradford, Vermont, 86 out in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 84 in Keene, New Hampshire, 85 in Jeff, New Hampshire, it's 84 in Local, New Hampshire, it's 80 in Concord, New Hampshire, 88 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 89 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 90 degrees in Portland, Smith, New Hampshire, and 80 degrees up in Portland, Maine here. And the water temperature here, 72 degrees water temperature so far here. Okay, take a look at the surface map. It shows a stationary front from northeast of Nevada, stretching at a 7 Idaho, then for Wyoming, merging with a cold front from Wyoming up through South Dakota, merging with a stationary front from North Dakota, merging with a cold front up in the Manitoba here, and another stationary front for Ontario, merging with a cold front from northeastern Ontario, stretching up in the northern New England at the New Brunswick and headed towards Newfoundland there. And cold front from southeastern Minnesota down for southern Wisconsin, merging with a warm front from north central Michigan here. Stationary front off North Dakota here. And followed by from west central Nebraska, down for western Kansas, and up to western Oklahoma, and down for western Texas and southeastern Mexico here. And another followed by off northern California coastline up to the north central California, and a low pressure with a followed by down for the Gulf of California here. And a followed by from Florida, stretching up into South Carolina here. And you got a followed by from south central Alberta down for northwestern Montana down for the north central Idaho here. High pressure centers up in the northeastern Minnesota, eastern Kentucky, Arkansas, southeastern Arizona, while we get some low pressure centers in southern Alberta, west central Wyoming, northwestern Kansas, northwestern Gulf of California, up South Carolina, and east central portions of Wisconsin here. 69 degrees, that's temperature right now in Detroit, 83 in Pittsburgh, 94 in Washington, D.C., 89 in Atlanta, Georgia, it's 89 in Miami, Florida, it's 88 in Brownsville, Texas, 92 in Dallas, Texas, 91 in Kansas City, 92 in Omaha, Nebraska, 89 in Chicago, 82 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 59 degrees in Great Falls, Montana, 16 in Seattle, 67 in San Francisco, 74 in Los Angeles, 95 degrees in Las Vegas, 98 degrees in Phoenix, 85 in Salt Lake City, 82 in Denver, and 81 degrees out in Albuquerque, New Mexico here. All right, let's take a look at what is going on the radar situation. And Southern Maine just had a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:45 p.m., which expired here. As we take a look at the radar, and we're seeing some clusters of showers and thunderstorms off Portland, and another line of rain showers around Scarborough, around Biddeford, Maine, and a line of rain showers around Kittery on the Maine Turnpike, stretching up the southern Maine coastline here. And spotty rain showers and storms northeast of Concord, New Hampshire, and a line of showers and thunderstorms west of Manchester, stretching out Amherst, New Hampshire. And this is 3 cells that we are tracking here. This is cell number 1 here. This is a lot of heavy showers and thunderstorms around Shelburne Falls, Bodwell, Baptist Corner, Ashfield, and Massachusetts here. And some rain showers around Greenfield, Riverside, Gill, Bernardston, East Shelburne, Coleraine, and around Chalmont and Rowe. And it is all going towards the southeast. So Conway, Watley, Amherst could be next in the cell here. Cell number 2. A line of heavy showers and thunderstorms around south of eastern New Hampshire and around Winchendon, New Hampshire. So expect this towards also goes southeast. So Lane Village, Ashburnham, Garner could be next here. And cell number 3. A line of heavy showers and thunderstorms around south of Windham and around Salem, New Hampshire, stretching out of Haverhill and Grove around Route 495. So this is going into the southeast, so Georgetown and Pioneerfield could be next in these line of thunderstorms here. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in the radar situation around the country here. And it shows some spotty clusters of showers around eastern New York State, down for Pennsylvania, down for Ohio, and clusters of showers and thunderstorms around eastern Michigan, down for 7 Ontario and Atlanta, spotty rain showers and storms from Virginia down for Kentucky, Tennessee, stretching it down for southeastern corner of the country here. And a line of rain showers and storms from north central Mexico, stretching in eastern Arizona enough for western Mexico here. And Atlantic clouds coming much of Colorado with some rain showers around Colorado. The southern Wyoming enough for west central portion of Nebraska. That for west central South Dakota here. And a lot of rain showers and storms from northwestern Wyoming up to western Montana up to Idaho. And a lot of rain showers in southeastern portions of southeastern British Columbia enough for western Alberta. And a lot of rain showers in the northwestern portions of Oregon and up to the west central portion of Washington State here. And my eyes aren't deceiving me. That is snow flurries in the southeastern mountains of British Columbia.
Okay, let us take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows. Take a look at our satellite loop, and it shows a lot of clouds here
Coming in from Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, coming in much of central western Massachusetts and upstate New York from Albany up to Plattsburgh, and a lot of clouds from eastern Michigan and western Ontario stretching down to Lake Erie, and a lot of clouds from Ohio down to Pennsylvania and stretching down the west central portions of the Virginias here, and a lot of clouds from north central portions of North Carolina, and a patch of clouds from South Carolina down to Georgia, stretching down the Gulf Coast and off the northeastern portion of Mexico here, and a lot of clouds from western Mexico up to southeastern Arizona down from southwestern New Mexico, and a lot of clouds from the central western Plains states and up to the central western Rockies and northern Rockies, and stretching up to western Montana and up Idaho here, and a lot of clouds from northwestern Oregon up to western Washington State and up to British Columbia, down for Alberta, down for Saskatchewan, up to north central Manitoba, down for northwestern portions of Ontario and northeastern portions of Ontario here.
Okay, let us take a look at what is going on in the tropics here. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is the latest on Fred. Central location 22.0 to the north, 35.4 to the west. Max sustained winds 40 miles an hour and movement west northwest at 12 miles an hour here. And the latest on Fred. Today's Fred still tropical storm, and there's no close watches warnings effect here. At 5 p.m., the center of tropical storm Fred was located due to latitude 22.0 to the north, longitude 35.4 to the west, and Fred is moving toward the west northwest near 12 miles an hour. And this motion is expected to continue for the next 2 days. Max sustained winds at remain near 40 miles an hour with fire gusts and weak winds forecast during the next 48 hours. And Fred is forecast to become a red wind low by Friday here. Tropical force winds extended outwards up to 70 miles from the center, and the estimated minimum center pressure is 1,005 millibars. So no Fred from Fred for the Caribbean and Eastern United States here. And this is another tropical system here. A tropical wave is currently moving off the west coast of Africa. This system has the potential for some slow development as it moves westward at 15 to 20 miles per across the tropical Atlantic for the next several days. Public information chance for 40 hours. Low 10%. Information chance for 5 days. Medium 40% here. Okay, the latest on Tropical Storm Kevin. Central location 18.7 in the north, 150.8 to the west. Max sustained winds 50 miles an hour. Movement north at 8 miles an hour here. And the latest on Kevin is continues northward, and there will be no close watch to warnings effect here. 8 2 p.m. Pacific time. The center of Tropical Storm Kevin is located near latitude 18.7 in the north, longitude 150.8 to the west. Kevin is moving toward the north near 8 miles an hour, and a turn toward the northwest and west northwest expected over the next 48 hours. Max sustained winds remain near 50 miles an hour with fire gusts, and some slight strengthening remains possible during the next day or so. Tropical Storm force winds extends outwards up to 70 miles an hour from the center here. The estimated minimum central pressure is 1,000 millibars at 29.53 inches here. And disturbance number 1 in the Pacific, an area of dissonance, clouded and showers are located 700 miles south of Menzel, Mexico, strong below the winds over this system are expected to diminish over the weekend, which could allow for some development of this disturbance early next week, while it moves west northwestward 5 to 10 miles per hour, well off the coast of Mexico. Information chance for 4 hours. Low near 0%. Information chance for 5 days. Low 20% here. Alright. Let's take a look at the forecast discussion around the region here. A cold front will cross Flat 7 New England tonight, allowing for scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. High pressure builds over the New England Friday this Labor Day weekend. The high pressure moves just offshore. Early week yielding mainly dry condition with a warmer than normal temperatures here. 4:30 p.m. update. Radar indicated that scattered showers of thunderstorms have developed north upstream in our area, associated with the events in cold front in an area with higher SB K index values. The scattered showers of thunderstorms will make their way into the region, tracking generally northwest of the southeast over the next few hours. SBC Meteor Analyst tracking generally northwest of the southeast over the next few hours. SBC Meteor Analyst page shows convection across a relatively thin ribbon of higher K index values, so thunderstorms would probably not develop well ahead of the Brooklyn line that is already established there. The front will continue to sag into our area this evening while this afternoon convection has been generally driven. Buffett shows some lingering elevated instability into the night. This expecting some lingering showers of thunderstorms to remain possible during the evening hours after midnight. Expecting mainly dry conditions here. After midnight, cold front should continue to make some southward progress. Eastern Massachusetts will now be under the influence of increasing gradient and breezy conditions along the coast. During the early morning hours, it should have lingering clouds and convective breeze, and possibly some petrobog and stratus development. Late minimum should remain mostly in the 60s. However, may see a couple of spots in the far entry dipping in the upper 50s near daybreak here. And looking at weather notes here. A big drop in temperatures with some few clouds tomorrow morning here. I'm expecting weekend warm up and a hot Labor Day in town. And expected tomorrow's highs 69 78 degrees, and for Saturday's highs 72 to 81 degrees here. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, slight chance of showers of thunderstorms between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. Pittsburgh after 11 p.m. was most clouds got low about 65 degrees in east with about 6 miles coming near anticipation 20%. Friday, most clouds got gradually becoming sunny skies about 76 degrees and northwest east wind about 9 11 miles per gust high as 23 miles on Friday night. Most clouds got low at 54 degrees and northwest about 5 miles coming near. Saturday, sunny skies about 78 degrees and lighter variable wind becoming northeast around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Sunday night, most clouds got about 54 degrees and lighter variable wind. Sunday, most clouds got about 83 about 61 degrees. Monday night. And Monday, Labor Day, the most clouds got about 88 about 66 degrees. Tuesday, sunny podcast skies, how about 89 and about 67 degrees. Wednesday, both sunny skies, how about 80 degrees. Wednesday night, podcast skies, about 67 degrees. And for Thursday, check the chart, both sunny skies, how about 84 degrees. The chance ratio is 30%. Bears, what a phrase of the evening. Slight chance of shower of thunderstorms upwards. Most of the skies are turning cool on Friday. Purity, have a good evening and goodbye to you for late night sign up report right after Sports Round right with the Pats and Giants. Have a good evening and goodbye to you and go Patriots!